Hey! And I do appreciate the sound comedy advice. I love my vibrators. The first one I got as a gift because I was 16 years old, and no matter how much I asked the nice lady behind closed doors, she would not sell me one. She thought it was part of some sort of sting operation. You know the way like some kids would do like shoulder taps to get like booze and stuff? It was like that, but for self-pleasure. I wasn't depressed, I was just closeted. Which then led to depression, but in the beginning. Now I'm an adult. I earn a paycheck. I do this fine thing for these fine people. There's a vibrator store right around the corner. And I take my booze money and I hobble on down to the plant room that also sells vibrators. I have a vibrator that will like respond. Yeah, it's right over there. It's called Honey Lee's. It's like a round corner. I'm not fucking with we'll go afterwards. I'm seeing someone. But now I have one that responds to like the intensity. So like the faster I use it, the like more intense it buzzes. It's very, very fun. The things that we're doing with computers these days, they're phenomenal. You have some of this super weed, you fuck yourself on your robot, it's a great time. Speaking of fucking themselves, on deck we have Sharon. I don't know, man, they're not all going to be accurate segues, but they're all going to be segues. But coming up, please tip your bartender while you get a drink, and Tom Wolf stays.
I just hand slapped your titty to Trevor's fist.
Hey, you're getting there.
I'm getting there. I was thinking about, I might just, to help it work for me, what if I don't make the verb agree with the pronoun? What if it's they is? That's technically correct, right? Let's do it, they is. It sounds like I don't really know English, but they is Trevor, I believe. I wrote some notes. Peanuts. Sorry, who was talking about, no peanuts in the class. All I can picture is the teacher's like, womp, 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 womp. Sorry. Okay, Michael Jackson. This is not mine. This is a classic actual joke. I'm throwing it back. It's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. So, as we were talking about, the difference between Harvey Weinstein and R.L. whoever, R.L. Stein. No, who are you talking about? The Gersperms, like Irma Gerd. Whatever. I blurb, I can flirt.
That's over.
Right? Anyway. So what is, thank you. I blurb, I can flirt. The difference between Neil Armstrong and Michael Jackson. It's visual. So Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. Michael Jackson was a child molester. I
get that one, yeah.
That's a legit difference. They're not the same thing. They're not the same. So I want to talk a little bit about something that happened Friday night. Friday night, that's hilarious. Friday night, I was part of we did a little stand-up thing at the Iron Door, which you guys know what that is. It's underground, underneath Holbrook Hotel. There's a town called Grass Valley. It's on the other end of Ridge Road, like the bad end of Ridge Road. There you go. No, it's that way.
No, it's that way.
That way.
That way.
We live on a globe, you're all right. You know what? Great point.
Anyway.
Eventually.
I was at the Holbrook downstairs. I was just there, thank you. The Gilkinsons put on a thing once a month. This is the second one. And during Heidi's set, she was the second person. The first one up there was Willie, and he fucking killed. Like, we've seen Willie, we know, like, it's always a crazy story. And this time he got it all perfect. It was inline, it was fucking beautiful. And people liked it. And I'm like, all right. Like, he goes first? Cool. Because if I can do anything, I can say anything now. And then during Heidi's, I could see she was a little frazzled because she was taking, you know, this is her event. She's taking money at the door. She's tired. She's talking very quiet. And at the back of the bar, there's two guys talking very loudly to each other. They're right next to each other, but they're talking, bro. Nobody keeps looking back. So finally I went up and just, I thought quiet, you know, just gently patted both of them on the shoulders. Gentlemen, we're trying to hear her. We all are hearing your conversation, which is fascinating, but you know, we paid to see her. Because you guys keep taking. Anyway, one of them did a total slow, like, one of these. Take your hands off me, bro. Which my hands were off him at that point. But he unironically called me bro and then said, "Who are you, man? Who are you talking about?" I'm nobody. I'm the next comic, but please, we just want to. He was like, "Wow." They had more things. I just realized, okay, I'm done. Now I can be petty and make fun of them when I go up there. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I decided not to. And just I went up and started into my thing. And I made some reference to being in the alternate timeline that we're in, the weird, you know, fucking Berenstain Bears timeline. And just as an aside, I mentioned the fact that Donald Trump got elected president in this timeline. I feel like that's further proof that we're in the fucking cautionary tale comedy timeline. And I hear this shout from over here, and it's like, "Yeah, bring them back!" And I look over, and it's those two motherfuckers. And I lost my shit. There's video of it. I will send you the link. I have fully, officially fucking lost my shit on stage in a way that I'm both embarrassed and pretty fucking proud of. I went off on those, and I have to say, like, I lost it to the point where I was actually doing this, "Fuck you! Fuck you!" And then I did this, "Fuck you, buddy!" As a Tool fan, you know, I'm referencing that. I didn't realize that I did that at the time. I watched the video later, like, oh, that's a Tool song called Hooker with a Penis. Hooker with a Penis is the name of the song. And yeah, so it turned into chaos. It did. I was, I went off of it. Anyway, it was chaos. And you watch the video and you can see me lose the room. Like, first people were like, "Oh, you said a thing like that." And then at some point they start yelling back at me, and other people, and then it's just talking. Like, everybody's talking, and I just absolutely lost the room. There's a couple that stood up very performatively to leave, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, are you offended?" And they said, "You're not funny." And I was like, "Oh, fuck." And I a moment when I thought, because I've been talking about truck flaggers and truckers and how, you know, they're flat, you know, they're individuals and yet we all do the same thing and whatever. And as they were leaving, I wish I had said, "Hey man, don't be late for your Jan 6 subpoena meeting. You better get on that shit." I was trying to be timely and, you know, whatever. And I totally missed. I hear it on the video. A bunch of people are telling Kyle to shut up. His name was Kyle! And I missed it. I didn't even fucking, like, I missed it. I just let Kyle get away with whatever. And I lost it. It was kind of a cautionary tale sort of thing. I sent the link to Trevor Wade here. And Trevor texted me back with, "Would you like some notes?" Absolutely. Of course I want notes. Let me get us in their head, like, maybe don't shout "fuck you" at the audience. I know that's out. Yeah, but they listed off some very good points. And one of them was, if you're gonna flip the fuck out, wait till later in your set. Like, do it. Get the audience on your side with some solid jokes, and then attack people if you're going to do that, if you have to do. Don't do it in the first 3 minutes. It was supposed to be 10 minutes. I was done in 7.5. When does that shit ever happen? I lost the room. But anyway, Kelligrew was there. He was very supportive. Willie was there. He was sitting over to my left like this. At one time when shit was going crazy, I looked over and there he is, and he was just like, "Keep going." And there was a real possibility that I was going to have to fucking fist fight or something. I'm not. But I was ready. Like, I came there with him in a bad mood. I was ready. Like, I don't mean like my training. And I woke up and suddenly there were dead people, and I was like, "No, it's happening again. No, I'm not really ready. I'll just get my ass kicked." But I was in the moment, and I thought for a second, if they did get up, if they did start coming out, all we need was for Willie to just stand up, because he's like fucking murdered. He's got one eye that goes off a wrong direction. Just stand up and like smile, like, And I know they would disperse. But anyway, that didn't happen, didn't need to. But I just, in the reference to that Tool song, it made me remember, there's a chorus that says, you know, I've got some advice for you, little buddy.
Yeah.
Before you point your finger, you should know that I'm the man.
And if you're the
I'm
man,
you're the man. He's the man as well, so you should point that fucking finger up your ass. Good night.
He took your joke!
Give it going to Tom Wolf, everybody. Tom. Behind the bar is a seat. I appreciate that. Tom, here's your problem. With that set, not in life. I don't have time, and you don't have the money. You were like a Nazi in that you were fighting the war on multiple fronts.
Correct.
That was your big problem. Heidi was over here trying to shut you down for the sake of her show.
Right.
She was England. She was the Allies.
Right.
And then over here you had Russia, which were the people, the Russian insurgents, the bots that you were trying to fight against. So you were going in and it was getting colder, and you were already you were fighting a losing battle on much over here, and they were trying to appease this other side here. And then Willie's the fucking Pacific Theater, man. Like anything could happen. You're gonna get a disease no matter what you do with Willie. So like he's gonna take out whatever happens there, friend and foe alike. That's you were too big of a Nazi to get through that set.
That is a life lesson.
In this set, I don't think they were the Nazis, obviously. But you were, I don't know, you weren't America. Because you weren't really attacked and defending yourself. There was no Pearl Harbor kind of situation.
It's like every other war.
Like every other war that America does.
Correct. I was belligerent and bellicose.
You weren't trying to fuck those guys for, you were trying to yell at those guys for oil. You weren't trying to yell at those guys in order to get a valuable resource. Did you hear there's gold in Uganda? I heard about those terrible Ugandan terrorists we have to go liberate.
Yeah.
Sure, they found trillions of dollars worth of gold in Uganda. Watch your headlines. Anyway, are you filming this? Don't put this on the internet.
oh.